Ghostly greetings, fam. Ghostly greetings. It's your boy Prue. Holler at me. We're going to talk about Saint Anything by Sarah Dessen. This is my first, ever Sarah Dessen novel, and this was really fun. I really liked this. It's about this girl named Sydney. Her brother goes to prison for kind of like a drunk driver thing, and her life for like the next year after that, and goes to a new school and all that stuff. It's a little YA, I won't lie. The characters are what sold this book, though. Sydney is great. She's an awesome main character. Her brother, I thought, was a cool character, but every other male in this book sucked. Like, you were supposed to dislike them. The dad's completely checked out the whole book. He appears here and there, but most of the time, no, he's just going through the motion. He hates his life. You can just tell. He's like, yes, dear, no, dear. Like, that kind of stuff. There's one of their brother's friends named Ames or Alms. He comes to stay with them. Some people like him, but I instantly disliked him. And I was like, man, this dude just like one of those like dudes who's going to freeload. And yeah, later you can tell he's a freeloader. He kind of narcs on her when he needs to, but uses her when he doesn't need to. Then, like, oh, I just need to do what I can do to not have to work. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm from St. Clair, Missouri. So there's a lot of dudes like there out there who are like this. I just try to like, oh, that's what they do. They just freeload. And I was like, man, I do not like this guy. Probably my least likable character. One of them of the year so far. I really dislike the Ames guy. And the mom, oh, let me tell you, the mom was a Dolores Umbridge level of terrible. I absolutely hated the mom. I was supposed to. I feel like I was supposed to dislike the mom. I was supposed to feel like the dad was checked out because his son's in prison. And the mom definitely focuses all of her energy. Like every time the son does anything, it's like, oh, he's doing this, he's doing this, he's doing this. And the daughter feels a little left out, and she meets some friends, and it was a really good story. It was a really good story about like her basically growing up. It was her basically growing up, and she met new friends, and she started a new life. And there was a part where I was like, I'm so getting pissed off at this mom. Like you're supposed to. It's like Umbridge, but assuming you've read Harry Potter, you know who Dolores Umbridge is or seen the movies. And she was so mad. The brother's like, I am in prison. I am not in high school. She does not need to celebrate me. I'm in prison. And I was like, dude, Peyton gets it, finally. So the characters are amazing in this book. The setting is a girl in high school, so you have to get okay with the high school level stuff. It is labeled as a YA book for obvious reasons. So if you can't handle YA and you can't handle slice of life, this won't be you. But Sarah Dessen's writing is so good. I will say this was one of the books where I was like, when I wasn't reading it, I was wishing I was reading it. Even if I just had like 5 minutes, I'd be like. So if you follow me on Goodreads, you can tell when I read this, it wasn't like normal reading. It was a percent, 50%, a percent done, stuff like that. Because I read this as often as I could. I did the audiobook also when I could. That's how I get through a lot of these, is mostly audio, but sometimes physical. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. The characters, the setting, the pros and cons. The pros of this book, honestly, her writing is just nearly flawless, and you definitely can relate to a lot of the characters, because we all have those friends in high school that were in a band, or one guy's drinking too much and one guy thinks the band's going, so we can all relate to a lot of the characters in this book. And having been from a less than favorable town, I can also relate to like some of the bad dudes who had kind of rough, and they just try to use people to make their life better. So I can relate to that. And knowing people who are in and were in prison also is hard. So I lost a friend to a traffic accident. And I know how hard that is for not only like myself to recover, but the family of the dude driving. I can understand their end. And it took a lot. And then later I did find Jesus. And I was like, I do forgive everyone for what happened. But that was a hard sell. It's enough deep on that one. The cons of this are, like I said, it's YA. It's YA slice of life. It is Sydney's year in school. Basically, it's her new boyfriend, guy she likes, her friend likes. This Ames creeper dude mean mom, checked out dad, brother in prison. So you have to like Sydney's life to get into this book, because that's what the book is. It's Sydney's life. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing, oh my God, into the world, stuff like that. So you have to be okay with just a slice of life stuff. Also, I will say that a lot of the characters, their final arc, I saw coming. I don't want to say what it is for spoilers, but there's 2 or 3 characters where I was like, yeah, here's what they're going to do, because it's a YA novel. And honestly, I'm very pessimistic when it comes to people. So I kind of always just assume someone's going to let me down. So that's good. That's good. But I did love this book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The cover work is beautiful. I checked this out from the library. If you haven't read Sarah Dessen, I can recommend this one at least. I'm doing another one called Dreamland, and I do see what people mean where they say this is one of the better ones, because this is great, and Dreamland is a far step below. Man, I'm sorry this has been a short review, but there wasn't like an epic level of battle in this one. There wasn't nothing to like. This was a solid read. You could put this on your nightstand, read a couple chapters before bed, go to bed, pick it up a day or 2 later, do it again and do it again until you're done. It's 400 pages of Sydney's life, a slice of life, a fun little coming of age story, and watching Sydney grow up. And if you like Sydney, you're going to love this book. If you dislike the characters, because I think the author wanted you to dislike characters. Not here, that's the title. But I think you'll like this. If you're into that, if you're into this, you're gonna like this experience. If you're not into like YA, a kid growing up and having problems like we all have, and you want epic battles or dark, scary, this is not it. This isn't it. This isn't it. But guys, thanks for watching. And I appreciate everybody. So, see y'all next week. Deuces.